I will get your slide up for you momentarily.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. And let's see, first slide, and just a little bit about what our agenda is going to look like today. We will have our No Kid Hungry talk about summer awards and some of the resources they have, as well as Tammy White from San Jacinto Unified School District. We'll be talking about marvelous menus for summer. And then Fauset and Kristina from Rialto Unified School District will speak on partnerships and summer meal kickoff events. And then we'll have it open question and answer as well as group discussion. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it off to Robin Hernandez with No Kid Hungry. He is also co-chair of our San Bernardino County Nutrition Action Partnership School Meals Access Collaborative, and is definitely a wonderful partner. And
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Robin. You are an amazing partner.
The other Robin.
So just a couple of quick announcements.
Check in if you're still working.
And just a quick reminder, please mute yourself if you are just joining us.
Okay.
So we just have some resources I want to share. No Kid Hungry has literally dozens of summer resources. There were so many, I couldn't even list them all, but I put the categories that we have them in. You can literally find on our Center for Best Practices numerous resources on summer meals basics, rules and regulations, operations support, supply chain management, staffing, outreach to electeds, promotions. And we also have a summer webinar series, our national webinars that are available. There was actually one that just aired this last week that you can view the recording of, and there will be more in the weeks to come. So make sure you do register for those as well. There's a QR code on the right-hand side of the screen. You can even click on that with your cell phone and get launched to our Center for Best Practices. So please do visit. There are so many amazing resources there that are available to you. We will be sending some of them in the follow-up emails as well. Okay. Next, I want to share briefly that we are doing something really fun and exciting. This is exclusively for Riverside and San Bernardino counties. We are going to be doing some Super Summer Awards for 2023. And it's something that you can nominate your own district for. We're going to be announcing 3 winners in San Bernardino and 3 winners for Riverside. And you can nominate your district to win an award in any or all of the categories, however many you want to apply for. The categories are going to be reaching heights. So the objective with that is to share how your program has grown. So this can be something whether you are already serving at 40 sites, or maybe it's your very first summer meals site, and that's how you're growing, is that you're starting a summer program. We're going to have a Fun in the Sun category, which will be all about your events. Maybe it's a kickoff event, or maybe you have lots of fun enrichment activities going on at your sites. And then we're going to have one for marvelous menus. So this could be any special thing you're doing with your menus, or it could be farm related. We're going to have nominations due by July 31st, and we will send out that information to you as we get a little closer. And the winners will be announced in fall 2023. And the best part, you could win $500 in morale moolah for your staff. We found that this was a prize that districts really loved having. We had a recent CalFresh challenge. So districts were really creative in ways that they were able to support their staff with their morale moolah. So please do apply for a Super Summer Award, and you can get some amazing cash for your staff. So with that, I'm going to stop share for a moment. And we do have a little poll that we're going to try to give today. So I'm going to see if it'll launch for us. Okay, hopefully you guys can see the poll question. We would like to know, are you interested in connecting with partners, community partners who can provide booths, entertainment, and/or enrichment activities for your kids at your summer meal sites? So yes, no, or unsure.
Community Center, this is Gina. Hey, what's up?
Okay, I'm gonna end the poll. Okay, it looks like most of you are very interested in connecting with partners, and you are in luck. Robin and Andrea are connected to a plethora of community partners for Riverside and San Bernardino County, and some of them even will cross counties, and are going to be available to support your summer meals program. So thank you so much. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Robin Ronkes.
Okay, thank you, Robin. Robin number one. Okay, today, as our next speaker, we have Tammy White, and she is the Director of Nutrition Services at San Jacinto Unified School District. Tammy has been serving in her current role for 6 years and has a total of 19 years of experience in K-12 food service. Tammy is very passionate about child nutrition and stays true to the team's vision of "We Feed Kids." I love that. So without further ado, go ahead, Tammy.
Hi, Robin. Thank you so much. I am Tammy White, Director of Nutrition for San Jacinto Unified. I do want to just share a little bit about us. So next slide, please. A little bit about us. We have one technology institute for our online learners, 13 regular school sites. In our department, we have 90 team members. We do have a central kitchen that includes bakery, cook, chill, production, and warehouse. Our enrollment is around 10,775 students, of which 89.5% qualify for free or reduced meals. All of our schools are community eligibility provision. We've been that since 2018. Of that, 11 of our schools receive 100% free reimbursement through CEP. 2 schools receive 89.01% free reimbursement and 10.99% paid reimbursement. So we do get a lot of federal funds on the free side, which we're very grateful for. This year, we did start breakfast in the classroom at one of our elementary sites. It's actually our biggest elementary site with an enrollment of almost 1,000 students. And we do offer second chance breakfast at all other sites. We do have the after school program at 10 of our sites, which is supper and snack. So we do offer our students 4 meals a day. This year, we also started vending breakfast and lunch to our local charter school, and that is right around 1,425 meals a day. And from there, you can see what our average meals look like a day. We're right around about 12,000 meals a day. Next slide. Thank you. So obviously we're here today to talk about, I think someone's on not muted. If you're not muted, can you make sure to mute because I'm getting background noise? All right, so we are here today to talk about the summer meals program. There are 2 options for summer. You have the SFSP or the SSO. Here at San Jacinto Unified, we operate under the seamless summer food option, or seamless summer option is what it is now. It is a little bit less money. You can see the different reimbursements on the slide there, but it's also less of an administrative burden for us. So that is why we participate in that one. Please make sure that you do submit your summer application into CNAP before you start your summer feed. And then also on here, what is the difference between SFSP and SSO? So there are just some bullet points there that just kind of give you a brief understanding of what the differences are. There's also a where inquiries can be directed if you have questions like, I don't know which one I should choose. You can, if Vince is your child nutrition specialist up at the state, definitely give him a call. He'll give you kind of a just rundown of which program would best suit you. All right, next slide, please. Last year for Seamless Summer, this right here are how many breakfast and lunch meals that were reimbursed. Around $132,000 was our reimbursement, but we also offered supper and snack to all of our students too that were participating in the summer program, and we did that through ELOP funds, so the Extended Learning Opportunity Funds. Supper and snack are not reimbursable through CACFP. And we knew that we already had the kids on campus for this length amount of time. So we wanted to make sure that we were offering them enough food throughout the day. So we did work with our ELOP program and said, hey, I know, would you like to pay for these? Because we want to offer them. And they were like, absolutely. So we received about $45,000 in reimbursement from them as well. Last year was the first year that we did not operate at our local mobile home park. And the reason for that was because we had so much, so many schools open offering ELOP. So there really wasn't enough staffing to staff the mobile home park that we normally do. Last year's summer meals, we averaged around about 1,200 meals a day. Next slide. So when you're talking about summer feed, like what is it that you need? So we always start with like the basics. Obviously, you need team members. You need people that want to work. Also, what meals are you going to offer? Is it going to be breakfast, lunch? Are you going to try to do supper and snacks, those kind of things? Are you going to do a community feed? Are you going to be an open site? Are you going to be a closed site? And what are the days and times? Like I said before, breakfast and lunch are reimbursable through the summer program, but supper and snack are not. So really work with your ELOP program on funding those particular meals. Another thing too is community feed is opening it up to the community. And when we do that, we make sure that when we allow the community's kids onto the campus, that's when our regular kids are in class. So then that way there's no interaction there. And then also make sure you have signage so the kids know where to go. Like, where do I pick up my food? Also, what are you going to need? You're going to need food, you're going to need kids, and you're going to need team members to work summer feed. One thing that we're really fortunate here, we've already started our summer school committee meeting starting in January, is really, as nutrition services, be part of that conversation. You know, say, hey, I want to be involved in this, because you want to know what their plans are. How many sites are they planning on? What are the hours? Is it going to be the entire day? What days are they going to want these programs? What days are they not going to want these programs? Also, we have a summer meeting before summer feed, and we have that with our leads. We have it with our warehouse team and our office team, what the expectations are, what are their needs, what are they going to need at the site. We're really into safety. So we always have 2 people come in at the same time in the morning, because it is early. It's really early, 6 o'clock in the morning. So we just want to make sure you're taking those things into consideration. Also go over the menu, like, hey, these are the menu ideas that we want to do for the summer program. And the main thing that I can tell you is you need to be flexible. You need to be flexible with your team on what days they can work, what hours they can work. We actually do 2 different sessions. We do like a June session and a July session. So we have some that want to work both. We have some that just want to work one. For us, it's all extra duty. So we can be flexible because it's all time sheets. Next slide, please. So once you decide, okay, hey, I want to do a summer program, this will work for me, is you need to advertise. So we do our flyers in English and Spanish. We also put them on our regular June menus that go out to our students. Hey, we're going to have summer feed, check it out. Where do you advertise? Like these flyers, school sites, local libraries, WIC offices, rec centers like at mobile home parks, things like that, just to let them know where the nearest location will be for them to receive meals where they can walk to. Also do parent square, text email to all household. We also do a media release. We work with our public information officer on sending out texts and emails to all households. You can also go on the CDE through CNAPs and receive free banners, which is right in the middle there. And then what we do is, if you notice in the upper right-hand corner, we have our local graphic company here in town, and they create these little things, and then we just stick it on the banners, and it lists the site, what meals are being served, the times, and the dates. So that way, when the banner's hung, yeah, great, free meals are here, but where and when? So that little blurb of information right there is really important for people that are just walking by. Definitely just like walking by, look, oh, hey, look, this is when they're having breakfast and lunch. This is when we can come. So just, always want to make sure you're advertising, and those banners are free. They're super cute. So you can get those through CNAP. All right, next slide, please. Regulations. So a lot of our waivers are over and things like that. So we, are back in that mindset of regulation. So you need to make sure that you are doing your site monitoring. Seamless summer, I've had this discussion with Vince, is the monitoring report says must be done within 3 weeks of the start of operation. But if you go on the CDE website for Seamless Summer, which we operate in, it's 1 week of operation. So he's like, go with the 1 week. So that's what we're going to do. Right next to it is our media release that we put out. You must make a reasonable effort to advertise that free meals will be available to your family. So we put this on the website. Our PIO officer will send it to radio stations or the local newspaper. And then always make sure you have your 11 by 17 and Justice for All poster. You must have that posted wherever you are serving meals. It's just the same as it is during the school day. But if you're going to be serving, like at a park or somewhere other than a cafeteria, you need to make sure you have those and Justice for All posters. All right, next slide. When I talked about when we have kids coming on campus or even like at mobile home parks, we purchased a lot of these portable sandwich boards. There's a white one right there. And then we made posters, which is to the left there, saying, hey, we have summer meals, free breakfast and lunch, Monday through Thursday. And then we would have arrows pointing to where students could receive their meals and the times. So it's just really important, like you get them on your campus, or you get them to a mobile home park or wherever you're there, or a park, how do they know where to go? So it's really important that you have sandwich boards or some type of notification for them so that they don't get lost on your campuses. They know where they're going. One thing I do want to remind, we always talk about food waste, and we know we have food insecurity, especially in my area with 89.50% free and reduced. We know our kids are needing fruits and vegetables and things like that. So don't forget about the traveling apple, that children may take one non-perishable fruit, vegetable, or grain component from their meal or from the share table away from the feeding site. You don't need approval from CDE either. And it just has to be in compliance with local and state health and safety codes. So, if you see kids and they're finished eating, they're getting ready to leave, and you have some stuff in your share bin or something like that, and they want to take it, let them take it. They can. And then the one part of summer feed that we absolutely love is menu planning. We love to plan menus. We call it around here, the first thing you want to work on is when you plan your menu, for us, is we unload our freezer. It's super important. It's a way to make sure that you're being fiscally responsible. You are looking at your freezer, because I tell everyone, if we empty the freezer, that means we get to refill it for the new school year. So work with your warehouse team. We actually start in April, start getting an idea of what's sitting in that freezer, maybe from the cycle before that we haven't used. And those are some ideas that we put on the menu. Secondly, utilize fresh seasonal fruits and vegetables from your local farmers. We like, what you got for us? What do you have? We love the watermelon wedge, the local blackberries. We use Old Grove orange on a regular basis. They are fabulous with sending weekly updates to us, letting us know what's in season, what they can get us, how they can cut it for us, and things like this. The watermelon wedge is by far one of our favorite items for our students during the summer. And then you can't ever beat their local blackberries. They're absolutely delicious. As a reminder, again, supper and snack are not compliant meals for summer. So talk to your ELOP peeps about money. Tell them, hey, we want to offer this. Are you willing to pay for it? And if they are, offer it to them. Again, that's 4 opportunities for our kids to receive free meals from our schools. Also, the last thing that, when we're planning our summer menu, it's a great opportunity to try research and development with new items for the 23-24 school year. Next slide, please. Last year at our middle school, we did a student taste testing. This is kind of what it looked like. We taste tested with flatbread triangles, two different varieties of cheeses, sliced apples and grapes. What we found out is the kids did not like the cheese. They did not like the cheese, and they didn't really care for the flatbread triangles. What they wanted was square cheese. So what we did is we took that feedback, and for the 22-23 school year coming right out of the gate, we started with a protein box for breakfast, and that included a hard-boiled egg, wheat thins, square cheese, and a fruit that pops, such as grapes or sliced apples. And that in turn turned into a compliant breakfast meal, which kind of resembled a Starbucks look. So, but do some taste testing with your kids. You have a captive audience there. They absolutely loved it. You can tell from that one girl's face, I don't think she liked the cheese, but they liked being part of the taste testing process. All right, next slide, please. Okay, so what does our summer menu look like? So this is what our summer menu looks like. It works across all grade levels, all age groups. So whether they're at elementary school, middle school, or high school, they all receive the same items. It's the same menu. We believe in a 2 and 2 philosophy for lunch, 2 ounce grain, 2 ounce meat alternative. That way it just keeps it nice and clean for us. You'll notice on our lunch menu, we do not put any fruits or vegetables. And the reason for that is because we utilize whatever we can get our hands on with our local farms. And then for breakfast, you'll see that we have like mixed fruit, diced pears, diced peaches. This probably rings a bell to all of you that are brown boxers. We use our brown box commodities, and that's how we use those during breakfast. And it's a great way to utilize your commodity dollars. I think it's what, $3.05 a case now. So it's just being fiscally responsible with summer. Menus must be posted. It's really, really important that your menus are posted wherever you are serving food. And the other thing that I want to share is we do our very, very best to never order anything for summer menus other than fruits, vegetable, milk, and juice. That's it. We live off that freezer. Obviously, if there's something that we need to make a compliant meal or something like that, yes, we'll go ahead and order it. But other than that, we do utilize what we have in our freezer to reduce food waste and, of course, to be fiscally responsible. All right, next slide, please. And so, like it was shared at the beginning, our team's vision here is we feed kids. These are a couple of signs that were made at one of our sites from our community kids. Look at what one of our community kids brought us today. It's just thank you. Thank you so much for the yummy food. We are in, obviously, Southern California. It is hot during the summer, 100, 105, 110 degrees. I know it's hard. It's very hard work. It's hot during the summer, but we always go back to what our vision is, and we feed kids. It's super important that we always remember that. And the last slide, please. So I just want to thank you for your time. We love summer meals. We love meals all year long. But if you need to get in touch with me for any type of additional information, my contact information was there. And thank you so much for hearing what we do here at San Jacinto Unified.
Oh,
Thank
you so
you.
much, Tammy. That was wonderful. Very comprehensive. Also, I love the taste testing slides, the photos with your kids. Those are wonderful. Okay, next on our agenda from Rialto Unified School District, we have Fauset Rahman-Davies, who is the lead agent for Rialto Unified School District. She has over 25 years of experience in school food service, and she has expanded programs providing increased meal access to more children than ever before. She definitely has a passion for her community and for her kids. And also we have Kristina Kraushaar, who's been with Rialto Unified School District for 14 years. She is the program innovator, and she oversees many of the program operations, including menu development, work in the student gardens, and operating social media accounts for child nutrition. So awesome, we get to hear from them. So go ahead.
First slide, please. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Robin. Like she said, my name is Fauset Rahman-Davies, and I'm the lead agent, proud one, for Rialto Unified School District. And if you looked at information, we have some numbers right there. I'm not going to go through all the numbers. Right now, we have about 29 schools, almost 25,000 enrollment. Probably went down, it was almost 25, now it's 24, 113. We have CEP since 2018. What we're really proud of, we're district-wide breakfast in the classroom. All the 29 schools, we have breakfast in the classroom. Next slide, please. The impact that we have on the daily lives of our students does not stop over the summer. We continually looking for ways to connect the cafeteria, classroom, and making positive impact in our community. During the summer, we strive to make those connections. If you really know anything about Rialto, we're so big on 3 C's. The 3 C's is really our passion and it's our purpose. And that's why we believe we're going to continue to make some progress. Cafeteria, we provide the high quality food made with locally sourced food. Most important for me and for my team, actually, a lot of our students, they're actually growing our food, planting, also harvested this food, and we're using the cafeteria. In 19 elementary school, we have 18 with full big, large gardens. And so we've been very busy procuring oranges, like I'm telling you, like 40,000 pounds of oranges alone. So Rialto is really big on that. Of course, classroom, we want to ensure that our program continue to provide learning outside the classroom, even during summertime. The big real one for us is community engagement, because if you know Rialto, it really takes a village to actually feed and nourish and also educate a child. So we're very big on partnership with our county, the city, the district, local agency. Even within the district, we create partnership so we can have a big summer program for our community. Next slide, please.
So now where to begin? You want to look at your who, what, when, where's, and why's. So whom are you going to incorporate into your program? What kind of events? Who are you going to draw from your community, from your district? What is your ultimate goal? What activities, if any, do you want to have part of your program? Where are you going to have your program? Most of our school sites are open, but are you also doing full activities and community feeding at your school sites? For us, we like to utilize our parks and our library. So location is definitely key. And when are you going to have these events? Are you going to have daily activities? Are you going to have a big startup kickoff event and then maybe a spike event that we call our Pump It Up event? And then for us, we also have a kind of a rolling barbecue that we call pop-up events. And that also allows us to feature things that we cook from scratch, say our spaghetti. We do like a spaghetti lunch with friends, and then it allows us to feature some of our homemade grown tomatoes. And in this picture, you can see this is one of our planning sessions that we did for our Black History event that we had on February 10th. Next slide, please. So who are your partners going to be? You want to look at your district. Your district, we support student education and retention over the summer, since a lot of students tend to lose what they've learned during the school year. And then many of our teachers spend the first half of the school year having to retrace and reteach. So if we can help out by having reading and literacy activities, math, STEM, science, and of course, we always have nutrition education in there, but if we can incorporate some of those other education pieces to help our teachers in our schools and in our classrooms, we like to add those. Parks and recreation, that is a huge partner for us. We have the community centers and the library. That was an addition that we had last year, which worked out fabulously. One of the big things for us is the library has on every Wednesday, they have the farmers market. And with the farmers market being there, we're able to draw attention and utilize that as kind of a free publicity for our summer feeding, because they're going on at the same time. So that helps up our numbers there. And also it gets us to go out there and talk to our families. And then you have the city. So you have community service, you have fire and police that you can tap into some of their resources because they want to get out into the community as well. And then a really big one for us is that the summer meals program helps support the social emotional well-being of our students in our community. Rialto is really big on the body, soul, and spirit. And you can see in our pictures here, not only do we have our fabulous friends from the Dairy Council, we got Raj up there in the top doing our smoothie bike with the kids and some nutrition education during Farm to Summer Week. But in the lower right-hand corner, you can see we've got that yoga dude that is doing yoga at the library with our kids. Next slide, please. So whatever you do, you want to be creative. You can look to things like the local water district, maybe the gas company. They always have some kind of, maybe they've got a little giveaway or something, but they want to come out because they also want to provide resources to the families, to their customers. And so they have things that are good for kids. We had the county was out and they had done stuff on mosquito safety. And at first we were just like, okay, they can do mosquito safety. We really didn't know what that was going to be or what it was going to look like. And the kids loved it. They loved hearing about the bugs. And so it was an exciting adventure. But, we mentioned the Dairy Council, Master Gardeners. We've all heard a lot about the Master Gardeners. They are fantastic. But whatever you do, look internal. So let your talent shine within your own district. Our superintendent has joined us for some reading to the kids during one of our summer feeding, and the kids enjoyed it. They got to connect with their superintendent. We've had our cheerleaders come out. We've had band. In the pictures, the young man that's in the top with the corn, that whole cutout was actually made by one of our drivers. He's very artistic, so he painted it, and we have several, and we have like carrots and strawberries, and so the kids get their photo opportunities for them at any of our events. In the lower right, we had Le Schwab Tires. It's an automotive, it's a tire place. And they're like, well, what can we do? And Sarah's really great about connecting with a lot of these community partners. And she's like, make an obstacle course. And so they did. They hauled tires out there and they had an obstacle course, and the kids absolutely loved it. Next slide, please.
Right here, you could see the picture. One of our students right here, I think she belonged to STEM, science, and they were doing this kind of research, some bubbling thing and having some fun. And then, of course, if you know Rialto, we have a big red dog at all our events. It has become a staple part of our program. And then right here, we have our own teacher that already retired, art teacher teaching art and crafts. And then on the other side, we have a folklorical dancer for one of our elementary school, Garcia, performing for us in our summer program. And the bottom one, which I was really proud of, I belong to a dance group, Azteca dance group, and they came last year during the summer and they performed for us, and our family loved it. So use your resources, like Kristina said, internal resources and all these partnership people with us, and it makes summer program really great. Next slide, please.
Okay. In this one, you can see some of the partners that we were talking about that we had. The lower left, you can see where we had the county came out and they were talking about the mosquitoes and the safety. We had Vision to Learn. That was a really great one for our families. They were able to get free eye exams and prescriptions for glasses, for free glasses. We had some more social, emotional, and fun activities where we had some potato sack races going on at the parks. Our superintendent is doing a reading session with Clifford the Big Red Dog, and the district was handing out books. So the kids who actually came out and enjoyed a meal, enjoyed the reading session, they got to take home a book to encourage literacy over the summer. And then in the upper left, we have the young man there that's in the cowboy hat. He came out.
I don't know if I muted because I don't see that part either. I never do Zoom on my phone.
If you can mute for me, please. Thank you. He came out and he's part of mariachi, and he's one of our students at one of our schools. So it was really exciting to have him part of our kickoff event. Next slide, please.
What?
So advertising is really big for any of our programs. But it's also a way for you to extend your partnerships that you have. So of course, you're gonna do your press release, local bulletin boards. Like I said, Sarah is really, really good about making connections with people. We don't pay for any of this stuff. So all of the electronic billboards that you see on the freeways, Sarah hooked it up and they advertised all of our summer feeding across the 210 and the 10 freeway everywhere throughout Rialto, free of charge last year. So it went all the way out through to Fontana. We had banners and flyers, of course, social media. If you're not using social media, totally understandable. Some districts, they don't allow you to utilize social media, but if you have that opportunity to tap that, it is a great resource that is free. Radio stations, you might be able to get a free spot on that as well in order to spread the word about your free summer program. And then, of course, your district involvement. Peach Jar, there's Blackboard, text messaging and calls, and then utilize your communication department for any resources that they may have. If you start advertising your summer program before the end of the school year, you'll be able to get your advertisements put onto not only the district webpage, but the individual school sites. Next slide, please. And then this is Buzz the Bee. This is our new mascot that we rolled out last year. And Buzz was a huge hit. And Buzz was selected by one of our kids, and it was kind of decided that Buzz was a gender neutral bee. And so we're kind of rolling with it. So we have Buzz, and just like the bees, we have nutrition services is always essential to the growth of our students. They are always busy providing students with nutritious foods and to help with personal growth. And so our bees do in the garden what we do for our kids in the classroom. Next slide, please. Yep. And so as another partnership, you want to remember your elected officials. You know, many of us are going to be going to LAC here at the end of the week. And we were very fortunate to have Congressman Aguilar join us for our entire performance at our Black History event on the 10th. And it was just wonderful. They are very excited. They want to come out. They want to see what we're doing and how they can be part of the community and also of our summer programs. Next slide. So thank you very much.
Thank you. That is awesome. You are superstars out there in Rialto. Such creative ideas, very innovative. Love it. So thank you so much to all our speakers. I'm just going to show a couple of my slides, and Robin, just for time's sake, if you could go ahead and share it too. I'm sorry. Then we could just keep on going. Okay, I just wanted to touch a little bit about enrichment activities, and just as a reminder, next slide, last meeting, we talked about the survey that we did in San Bernardino County, collecting 442 surveys, and then also interviewing 8 of our summer meal sponsors. Next slide. And this was feedback from our summer meal sponsors. We looked at 8 of them. And of course, one of the recommendations was that more enrichment activities would improve their summer meal service, as well as partnering. Those were 2 that came out from the survey. Also, next slide, in talking with our parents and caregivers, if you see the big red slice in that in the graph here, in the round graph here, number 1, we asked what features would cause you to go to a summer meal site more often? And the thing that they said was games and activities. That was number 1. So that is pretty important in terms of planning your summer and making sure that you have enrichment activities and fun things for kids to do or see. And we had a lot of great examples of that from Rialto, as well as Tammy presented some of those as well. So just next slide. Many of these were talked about, but these are wonderful partners to either promote or provide enrichment activities. You will get a copy of the slides that have been presented today. So definitely connect with your, different programs. Or oral health program, both counties have that. They come by giving away toothbrushes. Some dental offices even have, we have had a tooth fairy come out and give away toothbrushes to the kids. And then they also have a Spider-Man that they hire to come out and bring excitement to summer meals as well. So definitely connect with them. Also through your public health department, there are many different sections of public health, and we're one of them, as well as I know Andy Murray with Riverside. like to do education during the summertime. And we come out with our story times and story walk, as well as our Rethink Your Drink. We have Shape of Yoga. And so definitely make sure that you invite us to come out to your summer meal site. And there are just so many that you can, connect with your Girl and Boy Scouts in your community. You have Healthy Cities. Many of them are very active in your town. So please connect with them as well. Next slide. And partnership is part of summer success. And I just wanted to let you know that there are awards that are that require or that really encourage partnerships. And one of them is the Turn Up the Beat Award. It's from USDA. It recognizes outstanding summer meal programs for those who work to give high quality meals that are appetizing, appealing, and nutritious. And as part of that application process, on number 4 of that section, it asks if any food and nutrition-based activities are offered at the summer meal sites, and to describe those activities and resources related to maybe My Plate, local foods, gardening, farming, or other food and nutrition topics. So that is part of the application form. So if you're interested in applying for Turn Up the Beat for 2023, make sure you include some activities and things. Also with the California Department of Education, they have their Farm to Summer Week. This year it's between June 19th and the 23rd. And also in that, during that week that they celebrate, it's dedicated to celebrating local foods on the menu, offering a taste test sample in your meals, and providing opportunities for children to experience agriculture-based education activities. And so some of the ideas that they have is giving nutrition education lessons, watching a virtual farm tour, and our county has a virtual farm tour that they can help you to load or provide you to put onto your website, invite community partners, and of course they recommend farmers or master gardeners, but it's great to go to partners and they can do the work for you. And that was part of it. And then now this year, Robin Hernandez just told us about our local No Kid Hungry Sponsor Awards. And so partnering to receive those awards as well. So that's it.